Hey guys, welcome back to Down the Stretch. For the new subscribers, I'm the host Christopher Charlton. By special request, I'm going to do a video here of horses to watch. I haven't done one in maybe over a month, but been really busy. Didn't have the time to really sit down and go through race by race. But I had a little time yesterday in between races to go through the previous race card, which was Saturday, and then this morning. Well, not this morning. We started last night, finished this morning, going over the Sunday race card. So I'm going to post the videos and horses, I think, to watch next time they're back at the track. And let's get into it. First horse we're going to look at is XY Soul. He's going to get her really hindered badly at the start.
5 furlongs straight thereof. We're your honor.
As you can see here, out the toolbox, XY Soul is going to get sandwiched and hindered very badly at the start.
Angling right to the stand fence as they sort themselves out and make their way toward us. Pip races prominently in the center. April Spirit is racing near the stand fence also and showing some good dash. On the far side, Galway Bay beginning to tack across, but they're spread out. Last Hurrah also racing in the middle and looking strong as they make their way now toward the final quarter. In the center, that's a Last Hurrah. Nearest to us, We're Your Honor, and We're Your Honor may just have that overall lead. Last Hurrah in a handy spot. Pip just toward his inside. Over on the far side, Galway Bay, as they charge away now toward the final furlong. XY Soul is shaken up toward the far side and asked to come on, but it's We're Your Honor and a Time Bomb. He's asked to explode under the stand fence. Time Bomb under the stand fence. Last Hurrah and Pip racing in the center. XY Soul now beginning to come at them. They're inside the final 16th. It's a Last Hurrah, Pip and XY Soul now kicking in on the far side. They drive toward the line. It's tight. XY Soul goes by with Last Hurrah. Then Pip looks to be boss. Is he fourth? Close. Could be We're Your Honor over Time Bomb for fifth.
Now we have a look at Conundrum, who left the starting gates extremely slow.
They're often racing, not a bad.
As you can see here, he was a bit hesitant at the start, had to be shaken by the jockey and ridden hard out those gates.
Line, Sensational Gold and Conundrum. Those get the worst of the start as they head down the backstretch towards the 6th. And it is a Shaboom right against the rail. That's Rusty. Out wide, that's Crimson. Also coming out wide, that is a Diamond Rock. Just behind them, that's High Diplomacy. Right against the rail, Sensational Gold. Just beside Sensational Gold, that's Wilson. Then comes a Conundrum, and behind Conundrum, the favorite, that's Sir John, and just at the back of the field, that is a Solo Black. They go past the 4 and head towards the 3, and Rusty ekes out a 3-length lead. Rusty in front of right there in second, that's Shaboom. In third, that is a Crimson. Also coming down into it into fourth, that's a Diamond Rock. Just behind a Diamond Rock, that's Sensational Gold. Right against the rail, High Diplomacy. Then comes Wilson. Conundrum still at the back of the field. That's Sir John and the Solo Black. They're at the top of the lane, and Rusty is let loose on that lead. About 3 lengths, still chasing that Shaboom. Is Rusty in front, coming to the furlong pole, and that's a good looking lead. Rusty getting out of the grasp of this field. It's Rusty in front. Conundrum keeps running on, still running on the spot. That is Shaboom, but it is Rusty. And Rusty is pouring it on here in the 6th. Rusty and Garvin Harris lands it. Conundrum is second. Then comes Shaboom. Crimson fourth. And I think it's Wilson in fifth.
Now we'll have a look at the horse that burst my pick 6, Oil Machine.
They're often racing, not a bad line, as King Pie misses it and is left at the back of the field as the field head toward the 6th furlong point. Matuso on that lead. Linstead Market is right there too. Hit and Run, hidden from view on the outside of Linstead Market. Just behind them, that is She's Adorable. Then comes Train of Thought on the outside.
Roman has been getting a lot of heat from lately for coming too late, but you have to know when you're a big jockey, they're not going to let you have the race. And you can see he's trying to jockey for position to get the rail run, and they decide to close the door on him. They're not going to let him through. You know, he's going to have to fight, and you're going to see him try to swing out and find a clean path.
Thought That's Happy Force overtaking right against the rail, Blood Moon. Then comes the Oil Machine. Behind the Oil Machine, that's Playfair. And Playfair now joined and overtaken by, on the outside, that's Princess Vianney. And
They still wouldn't let him through, so he had to wait.
racing at the back of the field as they go past the 4, that's King Pie. They head toward the 3, and it is Matuso tearing away on that lead about 8, maybe 10 lengths. Matuso making his intentions clear at the moment. Matuso is all alone coming to the top of the lane. Hit and run, chasing in second, along with She's Adorable. Matuso turning on the pressure, coming to the furlong and a half point. Matuso is still clear, chasing back there in a second. That is Blood Moon on the inside. That's Hit and Run out wide and coming on that Train of Thought. Matuso tying up a bit, coming to the furlong pole, but still has a good cushion. Matuso is turning it on. It's Matuso in front, and Matuso and Romario Spencer is in front, but Oil Machine is flying on the outside, and I don't think the jockey and Matuso see it. Matuso just beating Oil Machine, and the jockey could have given it away. Back in third, that's Blood Moon. Got tied for fourth. Train of Thought.
Yeah, so Turf Fights definitely have to cut him some slack. He's a talented jockey, and when you're that talented, the other jockey's not just going to hand the race to you. So he's learning. He's still young, so he's going to be learning, finding ways to put his horse in better position. But he was poor. He was a one draw. He would draw one. That was a terrible draw for him. So they shut him down the whole race, and the lone speed got away from him. Would have definitely had won if he was closer to the pace, but he didn't have an opportunity to get any closer to the race because, as you can see, they had him bogged down. Just like in the St. Leger, he was saving his horse for the stretch run. First, the horse going 10 furlongs. They just didn't give him a blight to get a run through. He had to come wide. Still ran a great race, but we have to give him a little break. You know, we're not the ones on the horse, and to maneuver through traffic and then come with a good run, that's very difficult to do. So you still have to give him his ratings. He's a very, very good jockey. And these other jockeys, you know, they're not going to make him just have it, especially if you have a more experienced jockey in that race. Yeah, so that's part of the game. Next, we're going to look at Prima Suprema. This horse was squeezed at the start, and then when getting back into it was squeezed out once again.
They're off and racing.
Okay, number 4, Prima Suprema, is going to break in. The 3 is going to bump into her right there. Being a filly, you know, but she took it well. Didn't lose much ground there, but definitely got her off her stride. The jockey gets to settle her, tracking now on the outside, and when getting back into a good position, the 3 is going to come back over right here and going to sandwich Prima Suprema, who's going to have to take a pull right here, and is going to cause interference to the horse inside of her.
Family Feud is hustled up to get that lead right there too. That is Chasing My Dream. It's Family Feud on a 3-length lead from Sparkling Fire rushing down. Also Miss Brayton going down on the outside. That's all together. Right with them, that's Proudest Vision. Just behind Proudest Vision, that's Prima Suprema. Then comes You're My Sweetie. Behind You're My Sweetie, Money Mission overtaken by the Storm. Then comes Jody's Fun. And racing at the back of the field, that's Dreamer. They're about to come into the lane. And Family Feud is in front, but not by far. On the outside and coming on, that's All Together. Family Feud in front of All Together. Left back on the rail, that's Miss Brayton. It's Family Feud still in front of All Together, chasing. Miss Brayton also chasing. Coming out wide, that Prima Suprema. They're coming to the half a furlong pole, and Family Feud looks to have a good lead on these fields. It's Family Feud in front, All Together trying to get back to Family Feud, but they'll not get back to Family Feud. And Emilio McLean, Family Feud beats, got tight for second. It's either Miss Brayton or All Together. Then comes the Proudest Vision, got tight for 5th as well.
And Skill at Arms had a bad start, was bounced badly at the start, and was cost a lot of lengths.
In line for the John Clifton Wright Memorial Cup over 6 furlongs thereof, Skill at Arms.
As you can see at the start, Skill at Arms didn't have the best jump and was bumped really hard by the one horse and lost a lot of lengths.
Fantastic Hedge, they're the slowest to leave. With Chief in command, they're the back markers early. The Manipulator gets a good start. She's My Dream moving down on the outside as they leave the 5, and She's My Dream gets a narrow lead over the Manipulator racing in second. Legal Fight tracking them and gaining. Alchemy of Souls, the favourite, back in fourth. Fantastic Hedge has made ground in the orange silks toward the outside as they slip past the half mile. Skill at Arms races next. Secret Sensation overtaken by Candy Girl, and last of all, it's a chief in command as the field arrive at the 3. She's My Dream, skittering along on that lead, opening up some 5 lengths. The Manipulator and Alchemy of Souls in close attendance. Here comes a Legal Fight now asked to make ground, but they're turning for home, and She's My Dream has to be caught at the top of the lane. Less than a quarter of a mile to run. She's My Dream out in front. The Manipulator asked to close up in the center. Toward the outside, the favorite Alchemy of Souls and Legal Fight left back on the rail. She Is My Dream now beginning to tie up a furlong to run. Here is Alchemy of Souls, and Alchemy of Souls now takes charge on the run, passing the 16th pole. It's Alchemy of Souls and action-packed Ray and Lewis. They're pulling away and plundering this field. They win by 6 or more. Alchemy of Souls is second for Ray and Lewis. She's My Dream possibly over Secret Sensation. Then Legal Fight, the Manipulator back in 5th.
Okay, guys, that's all I have for now. Hopefully it will be helpful in the future. So remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, stay safe.